recording. Hello and welcome to the Turn 1 Magic Cube podcast. My name is Sam. Today I have Kirk with me.
Hi.
And Sky.
How you doing?
And today we're going to go through a mock draft. We're going to simulate a four-person draft. And we're going to go through the first four picks and tell you what we want to wheel out the packs, and what we would take if the card that we did want wasn't actually in there. So let's just get this started. Pack number 1. Core Skyfisher. Moloku the Clouded Mirror. Increasing Devotion. Vampiric Tutor. Jackal Pup. Sublime Archangel. Hill's Thunder. Gemstone Mine. Murder's Redcap. Armageddon. Treetop Village. Runescarred Demon. Call of the Herd. Harrow. And Pillage. Some pretty good white cards in this pack.
Definitely.
Pretty incredible white cards, actually.
Increasing Devotion is a bomb.
That card is a bomb.
So is Armageddon.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's not forget about our Sublime Archangel.
Yeah, those are all really good cards.
Really, really good.
Definitely. I don't have a problem, though, taking one of these white cards and passing the rest of them, though. Like, I feel I could happily take an Armageddon out of this pack, pass the rest, and maybe get back Archangel, Increasing Devotion, maybe even Skyfisher if we're going a more aggressive route. Kirk, what are you looking at as a first pick out of here?
I'm going to take the Increasing Devotion here.
Even over Armageddon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as big as a fan as Armageddon. Sometimes it's just sitting in my hand being useless, whereas Increasing Devotion's won me so many games. I just like Increasing Devotion. I'd even take the Archangel over Armageddon personally, and the Vamp Tutor, but they're all really great cards.
Yeah, definitely. Scott, what are you looking at?
Man, this is really tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you were saying, it doesn't sting so much to pass some of these white cards, even taking one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I value Increasing Devotion over Armageddon. It's definitely beat me a lot of times.
Yeah.
and I should probably think more highly of it. That's not to say that I don't. This is a top caliber card.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have no respect for Increasing Devotion, and then I just got thoroughly beat by it again and again and again. And it's just like, you have to recognize the card is just undeniably strong. 15 tokens out of one card. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, and if you can get any sort of ramp in your deck,
yeah, definitely.
no problem.
Even just hitting it on curve, hitting it on your 5th turn, that's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna agree with Kirk. Increasing Devotion's my card.
Yeah, that's a really good one, but I think I would go with the Armageddon or in this pack, because 1, it's very easy to splash. 2, I like taking Mana Stones. I highly prioritize them, and Armageddon goes really good with that. And like we've been talking about, I feel like we're going to get one of these white cards back. If I go in a more aggressive route, I have Jackal Pup, Hell's Thunder, Pillage, Core Skyfisher, Gemstone Mine. All those cards work really, really well with Armageddon. Armageddon off with Gemstone Mine, second anyway, so who cares? It seems pretty good. And, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of aggressive decks, but Armageddon is a reason to go into aggressive decks for me, I feel. So, I would go with Armageddon. Kirk, what would you pick?
The Increasing Devotion.
Increasing Devotion and Sky?
I'm going with the Increasing Devotion.
Okay, so we have 2 Increasing Devotions and Armageddon. Kirk, what are you looking to wheel out of this pack that you have an Increasing Devotion?
I mean, I've been hoping the Sublime Archangel comes back, because that's a crazy combo right there.
Definite possibility, too, because the other white player will probably take the Armageddon.
Exactly. You have a shield for your other card. You know the Vampiric Tutor is going to be gone. This is a pretty simple one for what the first couple picks, I'd say, but you might just get lucky and have the last person not want to go into white and just get lucky and get one of your cards back.
Definitely.
If not, I'm probably going to be hoping to wheel the Moloku.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a little better than anything. If I'm not going aggro with this pack, the pick for me on the wheel is the Moloku.
Yeah, the Moloku's nice, especially since you already have like a sort of token theme with the Increasing Devotion already. If you get like a Skull Clamp out of another pack, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
We go really well together. Sky, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm not expecting to get back the Armageddon. Definitely not expecting to get back the Vamp Tutor. It would be great to get back that Sublime Archangel.
Yeah.
I'm right there with Kirk. Archangel and Moloku are my favorites to get back out of this pack.
Yeah, they're good ones.
That being said, I'm not sure that I could get those back. It's really looking like it's kind of dead after that. So I might go with Harrow. If the Moloku and the Sublime Archangel didn't come back, I'd probably take Harrow here.
Yeah, I don't think the Moloku's even going to come back because it's the only blue card in this pack.
Yeah.
So, and you know there's going to be another blue player. And it's a bomb, absolutely. There's almost guaranteed to be another blue player at the table, and it's the only blue card in the pack. And it's a bomb. It's just really good. So, I mean, so you're looking to get something like the Sublime Archangel back out of this?
Yeah, that would be my first pick out of this pack to come back. I mean, that's saying that the Vamp Tutor does not come back.
Right, yeah. And probably saying the Moloku doesn't come back as well.
Exactly. Actually, I'd probably take the Archangel over the Moloku, just based on the increasing devotion.
Yeah, definitely, I can see that.
But I don't think that's going to happen, so let's say it's Hera.
Okay, cool. Now, what I want to come back is entirely depending on what I pick in the next few packs. If I'm looking at a more mid-rangey Armageddon when I have a lot of Mana Stones, I probably want something like the Archangel, or maybe this Harrow, or maybe like the Moloku if we're getting crazy, but I don't think that's going to come back. But if I'm going a more aggressive route, I definitely want Jackal-Pup, Core Skyfisher. I would take a Jackal-Pup over a Core Skyfisher too, if I was going more aggressive, because your 1-drops are so huge when you're playing these aggressive decks. And I'd probably get something back like the Hell's Thunder or the Core Skyfisher on the wheel again when it came back another time. So that's already a pretty solid aggro deck that I have coming together if the next few packs go the direction I want them to go in. Okay, so we have all our first picks, all the things that we want to wheel. Kirk, what are you looking to pick if Increasing Devotion is not in here?
I'd probably I'd have to go with the Sublime Archangel.
Even over the Armageddon as well?
Yeah, I would.
You're just really not a fan of Armageddon, huh?
Yeah, it's good, but I don't know. Sublime Arcane is just really strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Really powerful creature. If they can't deal with it right away, they're taking a lot of damage. I mean, Armageddon can definitely win you games, but it's just my preference to go with the Archangel here.
Even over something like Vampiric Tutor?
Yeah, I mean, Tutor's good, and it's definitely not a wrong pick to take the Tutor either. I don't know. Maybe it might just depend on how I feel that day, but
right.
I don't know.
Personal preference, Sublime Archangel.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
I'm not going to agree there. If I don't have Increasing Devotion, I'm going to value Archangel lower than Armageddon. And it's first pick. First pick Armageddon, you can decide how that deck turns out.
Definitely.
I'm going to go with the Armageddon.
Sure. If Armageddon wasn't in for me, I might just take the Moloku because it cuts off blue completely. I can just go into blue from there. And I like the Increasing Devotion. I like the Sublime Archangel. I like the Vampiric Tutor. And it actually would be kind of close between Vampiric Tutor and Moloku for me. But, I don't know. It'd be kind of tough. Maybe Vampiric Tutor, actually. I might want to take that over it. I like having tutors in my deck. It's a nice kind of addition. But, yeah, I'd probably take the Vamp Tutor, most likely, if the Armageddon was not in this pack. Just to be able to have like an extra copy of any card in my deck in one card, which is pretty nice. Okay, so any final thoughts before we move to pack number 2? Okay, we have 2 picks for Increasing Devotion and 1 for Armageddon. And pack number 2, we are looking at Force Spike, Upheaval, Terminus, Kiga the Tidestar, Ob Nixilis the Fallen, Phantom Centaur, Evolving Wilds, Primeval Titan, Living Death, Gruul Signet, Wooded Foothills, Selesnya Signet, Lotus Bloom, and Sudden Shock. So, any instincts on this pack?
Well, I think you found your artifact mana
Yeah.
for your Armageddon.
Yeah. And I definitely didn't find any aggressive white cards in this pack.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame. Kirk, what are you looking at?
I'm going for the upheaval here 100% of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with the Upheaval, too.
Yeah. Upheaval's really strong.
It wins.
And in the beginning, it's another one of those cards, just base your deck around.
Yep. And you have Signet, and Lotus Bloom in this pack. That one of them will probably come back.
Perfect.
Especially considering you have like Blue Bomb and Kiga, Green Bomb and Primeval Titan, 2 awesome black cards in Ob Nixilis and Living Death. I mean, there are a lot of different directions the other players can go into that will allow you to get one of these 2 Signets back. And definitely the Lotus Bloom back, I feel.
And let's not forget about 2 fetch lands.
Oh, absolutely, yep. If any greedy players at the table,
yeah,
they're both awesome high picks, or higher picks. But, I mean, yeah, I think Upheaval is just so strong in this pack.
I mean, the weakest cards in this pack are Sudden Shock and Force Spike.
Yeah, it's a good pack overall.
Everything else is really good.
Yeah. So, Kirk, you're looking at Upheaval. Scott, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at upheaval.
Yeah. I think I would probably, even with the Armageddon, I would probably do the same thing, because then I can actually go into some kind of artifact mana deck. I pretty much determined what I'm going to do after picking the upheaval. I'm going to try to get signets. I'm going to try to get like a lot of just things that ramp me into spells, and that way I'll be able to do upheaval's plan. But also Armageddon wouldn't be the worst in that deck either, because I'll have two kind of options. If I draw the upheaval, I can upheaval. If I draw the Armageddon, I can Armageddon instead. It's kind of two fail-safe, restart plans to a point, or just like finisher plans. Ways to restart the game to a point, or ways to just put the advantage back on your side after you have so much of your deck built around it. And they both kind of like synergize. Not really synergize per se, but like, I don't know. They both want signets. Both those strategies could want signets, so it's not the worst. And I could also ditch the the Armageddon at any time if I really needed to. So, unanimous upheavals across the board?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so unanimous upheavals. What do you want to come back out of this pack? Kirk, what are you looking at? What are you hoping to come back?
One of the signets or the Lotus Bloom.
Yeah, pretty obvious?
Yeah, I'm probably going for the Cells and the Signet to come back, just 'cause it's on color with white.
Yep, definitely. No consideration for Kika, just another 6-drop type of thing?
Yeah, she's going to get in the way in this deck. She's good, but I want to get as many signets as I can right off the bat.
Yeah, I understand that.
So you never know, you might not see any more before, you might only see one or two more, and you want to get this one now before they're all gone.
Right, and people could highly value these too. They could be on the same type of plane, like a green ramp deck. I mean, they'd probably take the Primeval Titan, but still, like they're different colors too. They got green in them as well. There's a lot of value to taking those signals pretty early.
Yeah,
Scott?
how many times can you pass them?
Yeah.
I'm definitely hoping to get a Signet back or the Lotus Bloom. I think I'd probably rather have the Signet than the Lotus Bloom in this deck.
Yeah, for sure. Lotus Bloom is nice, but it's a little slow, and the fact that you can use the Signet over and over again and just get you higher in the curve at an earlier rate than the Lotus Bloom would too.
If we got something like a Sun Titan, I'd feel a lot different about the Lotus Bloom.
For sure. It'd be wicked awesome with that. Yeah, I'm probably looking at one of these Signets as well for other reasons, just because, like I said, all my strategies will focus around the Signets. Probably the Selesnya one because it is white. Okay, but let's make pretend that Upheaval isn't in this pack, because we all want the Signets to come back. But let's pretend Upheaval isn't in here. Now we have an increasing devotion for you guys. What are you looking at?
I'm actually looking at Terminus. I see that there's 2 fetches in here, which I like. I like the interaction of being able to shuffle up your deck after you Terminus.
Yep.
I mean, Obnixilis is a bomb, and he's also very good with these fetch lands.
For sure.
But, I don't know. This is really tough. Primeval Titan's a bomb. Obnix is a bomb. And, yeah, maybe not Terminus. It's really bad with my increasing devotion.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, because you can, if you need to, you can do it, and then you'll still have the increasing devotion in your graveyard.
It's true. But... I don't know. Might go with the Titan. I think if Upheaval wasn't in here, I'd take Primeval Titan, go into a white-green build here. Hope to get back Signet the same way as if I had taken Upheaval.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe, I mean, there's probably a fat chance, but Phantom Centaur coming back would be amazing.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, I got 2 Signets on color if I go green. One of them on both of my colors, and then I have fetch lands that would help me out a lot too. So yeah, Primeval Titan's my second choice.
Kirk, what's your second choice in here?
This is a really tough second pick, because you're going into these cards that are committing you to another color on your second pick, which is committing you to 2 colors. I'm looking at Obnixilis or Primeval Titan.
Yep.
They're cards that are powerful enough where you can't really pass them, but you're also committing yourself to a second color right off the bat, which I don't like to do.
Yeah, that's tough.
I like the Evolving Wilds here, but can you really pick the Evolving Wilds over such strong cards? I don't know. I'm probably going to take the Primeval Titan here, and it might not get played in my deck, but it's a really good option regardless.
If you got past a bunch of green cards, it'd be nice to have the Primeval Titan in your roster already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a good pick. I think I would actually go with the Signet here if the Upheaval wasn't in there. And I would just completely commit to getting a lot of mana stones, trying to make that Armageddon work. It really does suck passing all these awesome bombs and fetches and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? If I do If I grab the Signet, it's a card I definitely want. It's a card that might not come back. I mean, kind of crazy, but it might not come back. And there's a good chance I'm going to get another card out of this pack that I really do want. Because what, Signet, Primeval Titan, we'll say Kiga, and like another one of the bombs will be gone. That'll leave me with another Signet, a Living Death, Phantom Centaur, Lotus Bloom, 2 fetches. I mean, this is a really good pack. There's a lot of solid role players depending on which color you go into. This is definitely a deciding pack if that upheaval wasn't in here. But, of course, the upheaval wasn't here. We all chose it unanimously, and that's the pick. We'll move on to the next pack right now. Pack number 3 has Ankh of Mishra, Snapcaster Mage, Stone Cloaker, Lingering Souls, Scorn Villager, Badlands, Praetor's Grasp, Kazali Pride Mage, Black Sun Zenith, Johnny Caller of the Pride, Mind Twist, Borderland Ranger, and Grand Coliseum. Are we just going straight into 3 colors right off the bat? Is this really happening right now?
I think you have to.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Mind Twist alert.
Yeah. Yeah, Mind Twist is just crazy. That card, we just did a draft, and I was playing Sky in the game, and I had 6 bombs in my hand, and I was looking pretty good, and then out of nowhere, I get Mind Twisted for 5, and I'm out of the game. I mean, that's just what that card does. You're in a good position, then out of nowhere, you're losing by a ton. And it's so brutal, it's so broken. If you're playing black, you might have Animate Dead or Necromancy in there, and that's just a perfect synergy when you're discarding all your opponent's cards. It's just really, really super strong. You guys, what do you guys think? Just Mind Twist straight up?
Mind Twist straight
Mind
up.
Twist is good. It stinks to have to pass it, but you know you're sending someone into blue, taking the Snapcaster, and you're going to be fighting blue the whole game.
Yeah.
But whereas you're ramping up with upheaval anyways, you're going to have more mana to take more cards out of their hand as soon as possible anyways.
Definitely.
So you have to take the Mind Twist, figure in the Grand Coliseum will come back, and you can already start your splash right there.
Yeah. It's a very easy card to splash, too, because you don't want to play it first turn, second turn, third turn. You're playing like 4th turn, 5th turn by the time you get that black mana.
I think we're really going to have to value that Evolving Wild Tide now.
Yeah, if that
Really
came
hope
back,
that it comes back.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Figuring that'll come back.
It might not, though. Like you said, it definitely is a high priority pick, just because you'll be able to get all 5 colors.
Any fetches really, because I mean we could get a dual land, a true dual that is on color with one of the fetches.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We need to get something like a
Grand Coliseum.
Grand Coliseum. If you've got like an Aaron Mesa and got this Badlands back,
Yep.
that's worth splashing for right there, just picking up for some reason. So, unanimous Mind Twist pick, as most Mind Twist picks are.
Just like that, we're all in 3 colors.
Yep, does not take much. You take the Mind Twist. What are we looking to get back out of here?
Hoping for the Grand Coliseum to come back for sure.
If it was between Grand Coliseum and Lingering Souls, would you still take the Grand Coliseum?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Because I want that Mind Twist. It's going to be one of the top 3 most powerful cards in my deck for sure.
Yep.
Just, you never know, you might not get that splash, and when you get to the end of the draft, if you can't play Mind Twist just because you didn't take that one Grand Coliseum, you're very upset.
Yeah, you'd be kicking yourself,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with Kirk. Grand Coliseum's amazing.
Yep.
We need fixing now.
Okay, well, hypothetical, say the Grand Coliseum isn't in there. What are you guys looking at?
Well, you know Snapcaster's going to be gone,
Definitely.
so you got to get that Lingering Souls.
So
Yeah.
let's just say, for example, Snapcaster, Grand Coliseum, and a couple other cards are taken. Just Lingering Souls straight up?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Lingering Souls and Johnny, except I don't like the double white with Johnny. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I think Lingering Souls, though.
Yeah, it's really
Seeing
strong
as we're
card.
already splashing black.
Yeah, Lingering Souls is probably one, like, for its rarity, probably one of the most overpowered cards that Wizards has made in a decent amount of time, I feel. 4 tokens on 1 card that fly, that you can just pitch it if you need to, get the 2 off it. It's really, really strong.
And it's an uncommon.
It's an uncommon. I remember during Dark Ascension Innistrad draft, like, you would take this pretty much over everything but Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Even if if it was early in a game or early in a draft, because Dark Ascension was the first pack, if you open Lingering Souls, you'd have to have a Lord of Innistrad in there, because this card would just beat so many other decks. Especially since all the discard spells in that draft format, that you could just get rid of your Lingering Souls, still get value out of it, and then start beating face with it. But I'm kind of tangenting right there. Okay, so we're hoping to get back Lingering Souls, or more realistically, Grand Coliseum. But if it wasn't in there, Lingering Souls. But yeah, Grand Coliseum, we're hoping to get back. Mind Twist isn't in this pack. What are you guys looking at?
Snapcaster Mage for sure.
Yeah, pretty obvious pick.
Yeah.
Especially at Decreasing Devotion, just
Yeah.
snap pack that for 7, get 10 tokens.
Yeah, the upheaval too.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that people,
Yeah,
obviously. I didn't
but,
mention that one, but...
It's one of those great cards to build your deck around, and more importantly, you're not sending someone else into blue.
Yeah.
You're gobbling up all the blue cards so you can just have later picks for yourself.
Yeah. The upheaval, the Snapcast, that's a little less realistic because that'd be 8 mana plus the other mana you want to float off it. But yeah, that definitely would be a nice one. You're getting all those spells in white and blue. Snapcaster, of course, would be really great in this deck. For sure. Sky, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Snapcaster. Even Snapcast Mind Twist.
Well, that's assuming that Mind Twist wouldn't be in there, but yeah.
Oh, right. So, I mean,
If
yeah.
you're able to finagle that, though, if the Snapcaster somehow come back, that would be incredible.
That's not coming back.
No, definitely
I hope not.
For everyone else's sake.
Yes. Yeah, Snapcaster. I mean, we're going to get other instants and sorceries for this deck. And, yeah, even if, like, we took Snapcaster and Ingram Sword, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
If we don't have the black mana to flash it back from the graveyard that way. But, yeah, Snapcaster.
Snapcaster it is for the second choice. And that'll conclude the third pack, and we'll move on to the final one. Okay, to recap, Kirk and Sky chose Increasing Devotion, and I chose Armageddon for first pick. Then we all decided on Upheaval and Mind Twist be awesome second and third picks. So we'll look at the fourth pack right now. Plated Geopede, Chromatic Lantern, Sword of War and Peace, Damnation, Mox Emerald, Molten Tail Massacre, Timely Reinforcements, Sundering Titan, Massacre Worm, Abrupt Decay, Syncopate, and Consuming Vapors.
What is going on with these packs?
Yeah, pretty craziness. Pretty crazy. Mox Emerald, huh?
Yeah, for
Fourth pick.
For me, it's probably between the Mox and the Sword.
Yeah, Sword looks pretty good with all those tokens.
Yeah, Sword looks really good with all those tokens. But, I mean, a Mox looks pretty good with the Upheaval.
Yeah, definitely.
Man.
It's tough. You don't want to pass any of these cards to take the Mox, but the Mox is so strong. Kirk, what's your opinion?
Mox 100% of the time here with your first 3 picks. Once I have that Upheaval, Mox just becomes a lot more powerful in my eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
Just really good. There's a lot of great wheel cards in here in this pack for you too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There is the Chromatic Lantern, which of course you want. The
Yep.
Sword, but I don't think that'll ever come back. Damnation's nice as a kill catch-all. Molten Tail Massacre closes the games out of nowhere. Consuming Vapors wouldn't even be that bad. Even something like a Sundering Titan, if you're it's kind of like Reanimation, if we're doing a lot of artifact mana, so we're not actually killing all our lands, so we're just kind of like blowing up their lands and keeping a bunch of artifact mana out there.
Yep. Timely if you're facing aggro.
Yeah, Timely's, and that card would probably go pretty late too. You could get that in the third way around because no one's going to take a Timely early and build a deck around it.
Not over this stuff.
Yeah, definitely not. And it's pretty strictly a sideboard card. It's one of the best, but it's still, you rarely want to main deck it because you never know what you're going to walk into. Sometimes it's just a dead card in your hand that does nothing if you casted it. But other times it gains you 6 and gives you 3/1/1s for 3. That's really, really awesome.
Now, I'm going to say, I'd be really surprised if I got this as my fourth pick.
Absolutely.
There should be no reason why this Mox would be sitting here still.
Yeah. There should be no reason that Sword should be sitting here, honestly.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when we simulate these and we see these packs like this, but at the same time, these are definitely realistic possibilities. Someone maybe chose another Mox over it. Someone maybe chose a Black Lotus over it. Someone maybe chose Ancestral Recall. We've seen packs where it's just been like...
Maybe a Library and a Soul Ring were in
Maybe a Library and a Soul Ring. We've seen packs where it's just like 8 cards that are all first picks before, you know? Like, it's just...
Yep.
You know, Cube is one of those things where you look at a pack and you're like, do these guys know what they're doing? And then you look at their picks and you're like, oh yeah, of course they do. They pick awesome cards over another awesome card. You just get these really, really tough decisions that like you really can't go wrong with. So I would personally choose Mox Emerald. As you guys were saying, Mox is just super strong. It helps with our people. It's off color, which kind of sucks, but that's just getting really picky.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk?
Definitely the Mox. And just let's get that Thragtusk. Guess you're splashing.
Yeah, absolutely. Upheaval's Thragtusk. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, Mox all the way.
Okay.
If Mox wasn't there, I'd say the Sword.
Sword, definitely Sword. Kirk? Is it so easy for you? Sword?
I think the Sword might be a little out of place in this deck, but it's so early.
With Increasing Devotion?
Yeah, it's good, but I don't know. I'm liking that Molten Tail.
Molten Tail. Yep.
Molten Tail's it's a great mana sink card. And I know I'm going to be
we're-
building up a lot of mana for this upheaval. But you guys are probably right. You have to take the sword. I don't want someone swinging into me with that sword. And a lot of people underrate that Molten Tail Massacre, so it might come back.
Yeah, definitely.
And the sword combos with your upheaval.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. I might go on a different route here because instead of increasing devotion, I have the Armageddon, and I'm already in 3 different colors. So I might actually go with the Chromatic Lantern. Kind of a rough out there pick, especially with all the other cards in here, if the Mox Emerald wasn't in here. But at the same time, it allows me to play all my spells already with no problem. It combines really well with the Armageddon. If I wanted to go another color, it wouldn't be the worst idea if I had some good splash cards in another color. But even then, could I really take a Chromatic Lantern over a Sword of War piece? Can I look myself in the mirror doing that? I don't know. It'd be really tough.
I can't see that being the right way to go.
I can't either, but I'm not known for making the right choice all the time. Oh man, I'd probably just still have to take the sword and maybe hope in some crazy bizarre world that Chromatic Lantern comes back. But even then,
you're probably gonna get a Signet back. From the I think it was the second pack.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and even then, it's definitely a possibility that Chromatic Lantern could wheel back with Damnation, Molten Tail, Sundering Titan if people want to get kind of greedy with it. If there's a red drafter, they'll take the plated Geopede probably because there's no other options in here. Yeah, it's a really tough one.
I think the winner would come back.
You think so?
That's what I'd be hoping to wheel if I took the Mox.
Yeah.
I definitely hope for that lander to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. I mean, they both, for obvious reasons, as we already discussed, combine really well with the upheaval.
Yep.
Sky, what would you hope to come back if you did take the Mox Emerald? If being less of an if than an actuality.
I'm not expecting the Molten Tail to come back or the sword to come back. Damnation, I might not be that interested in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd hope for the Chromatic Lantern, and I think the odds are pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I figure someone's going to snag that Damnation.
Yeah.
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 It's the only. Well, it's not the only black card, but it's definitely the strongest of all the black cards in here. Definitely stronger than Consuming Vapors, stronger than Massacre Worm, definitely stronger than Abrupt Decay. Just having a Wrath in a black deck, where you might not have access to it otherwise, is really, really strong. And No Regeneration, that is definitely relevant too. How many times you look down on a throne and been like, I wish I could just destroy that once and for all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so any final thoughts on this pack before we conclude?
I just want to say about Molten Tail Massacre, that card is really underrated. A lot of times online I'll be drafting, and that card will be coming around to me like 8th or 9th pick, and I feel like people just don't know how strong this card really is. It's won so many games here with us playing.
Yeah, talk about some of your experiences with Molten Tail Massacre.
I honestly think I've won more games with this card than any other card in this cube. We've played a lot of cube.
Yeah.
It's so powerful that you can just pitch, and if you have 8 mana, you pass your turn, and then you wait for the end of their turn, and you shoot them for 8 damage, and then you untap all your lands, and you shoot them for another 8. You've just dealt 16 damage before they even know what happened.
That's going to kill probably everybody.
Yeah.
You would have to take like some incredible deck where they're gaining 30 life a turn, not to be killed by that.
It's also really good in like a blue deck where you're casting cards that are giving you card advantage and drawing off the
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you're fueling this machine.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's an undercosted, super efficient killing machine.
Absolutely.
And if you somehow wield that Lingering Souls, you have the Increasing Devotion to pitch. You have Lingering Souls to pitch. So you're getting even more value out of it too. You're getting at least tokens on everything. And if you somehow got that Snapcaster, I mean, let's get a little crazy here and step outside the realm possibility, but like that's another guy that combine really well with Molten Tail Massacre. There's just Molten Tail does a lot of awesome things with your graveyard. He's colorless, so he fits in a lot of different decks.
Yep.
He's a good curve topper, he's a good mid-range card, and he's a good control finisher. I totally agree with you. He is super, super underrated, but you know what? Keep on passing him. No problem with that. Okay, any other final thoughts?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so this is Sam.
Kirk.
And Sky.
And thank you for listening.